Hey guys, Craig here. I actually ran out to Gander Mountain this morning, picked up a few things. Gander Mountain had a pretty good sale going on, so I kind of jumped all over it and ran out this morning before my Tackle Warehouse order came here. So without further ado, I want to jump right into it. There's not a whole lot here, but it was a sale worthy enough for me to drive out there and pick some stuff up. The receipt seems long, but you can see that there's a big space between all the items. It just shows you how much you saved and whatnot. But anyway, some of the stuff that wasn't on sale, I'll show you. I'm just interested to try. I like throwing rattle traps early spring, late fall. And I call them rattle traps, rattle baits, lipless crankbaits, whatever you want to call them. But these Spro Aruku Juniors, Aruku Shad Juniors, whatever you want to call them, they look pretty good. These are the junior size, so they're 3/8 of an ounce. I have some bigger lipless crankbaits. I was looking for something with a little smaller profile. This color is called Wild Shiner. It's just their typical shad shiner color. Like I said, these are all 3/8 of an ounce. That's their perch color, which looks pretty good. That looks pretty sick. And this is a chrome blue, which is just your typical chrome blueback. It looks good. I'm interested to try these. I've never thrown any Spro crankbait. I've got their McSticks and their McRips. I guess their McRips are considered a crankbait, but nothing like this, I guess I should say. So I'm kind of excited to try those. The other thing that was, it was discounted, but it wasn't like the sale that I went out there for. They had bins, and they always have bins that carry these Excalibur baits, but they had oversized. I say oversized crankbaits, 2 3/4 inches. These are 5/8 of an ounce. Pretty good sized square bills. And they had them on sale. They were only like $5 a piece, so I picked up a couple. Probably gonna have to change the hooks out. I do that to most crankbaits anyway. But this is just like a typical gizzard shad pattern, only it's got a little bit of gold on the top too. Your typical shad pattern, I guess. And then you got your chartreuse blueback. Like I said, they're 5/8 of an ounce, 2 3/4 inches, so they're a pretty good sized crankbait. I think they're the silent version. I don't feel like taking one out, truthfully, but I believe they're the silent version. So excited to try those. I like throwing those around schooling fish. Try to find that bigger bite. And then the big sale that I actually drove out there for were Rapalas were on sale, buy 3 get 1 free, which I don't know, to me I think that's a pretty good deal. So I got some shallow diving crankbaits, some square bills, but they're the bigger ones. Like I said, I like throwing the bigger ones around schooling fish to get that bigger bite. These are 2.5 inches, so it doesn't sound like that big, but you compare them to a KVD 2.5. They weigh in at a 1/2 ounce. Like I said, 2.5 inches. And I think they're called cranking wraps. Yeah, cranking wraps. That's a red crawdad color. It's like a dark green, red belly. This is their perch color, which I'm a huge fan of here in upstate New York. Perch is a pretty good forage around here. This Holinsky shad is just their typical chartreuse line shad pattern. And this is called Hot Mustard. It's kind of a goofy name for it, but I like it. It's a chartreuse side with like a dark brown back and a little orange on the throat there. So that's a pretty good color. I'm pretty excited about that. Some more lipless crankbaits I got. These are starting to turn my head. These Rippin' Wraps. These are a 1/2 ounce, 2.5 inches long. That's a chartreuse shad color. These have like a really high pitch, a bunch of BBs inside of them, and I kind of like that. About them. That's a chartreuse shad. It's a chrome blue. This is a dark brown craw. It's the color. And that's their typical fire tiger color. It's got that orange on the throat, green back, chartreuse body with the stripes on it. Those are all the Rippin' Wraps, 1/2 ounce, like I said. And then, excuse me, the best cold water crankbait you can throw, in my opinion, is a shad wrap. When they're on sale like this, I gotta pick up at least a few of them. So I got 4. You buy 3, you get 1 free. So this color doesn't look the same as their X-Wrap. but it still looks pretty good. It's called Hot Steel. It's got that dark blue back, chartreuse side, and that orange belly. These weigh in at 5/16 of an ounce, and they are 2 3/4 inches long. And they're your size 7 shad wraps. That's their silver color. It's just a shad pattern, gizzard shad more or less. This is red crawdad. So I got that red belly and that dark brown black back. And this is Helsinki shad, which you can see a little bit better on that one as opposed to the cranking wrap that I got. But yeah, that's everything I picked up out to Gander. It's not a ton, like I said, but yeah, it's enough. It's stuff that I can add to the tackle. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more videos coming. Try to post a couple, or at least maybe one a day or so. And then on my days off, I'll try to get through a couple. Going to have some, like I said, technique-specific videos coming up. A little bit more of the tackle that I've already purchased in the past. Over the course of the winter, I've bought a lot of new stuff. So stay tuned for that. I appreciate you guys watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Ask away. I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. And hopefully we'll see you guys on the water very, very soon. Take care, guys.